How do laws define assault weapons for gun rights? Imagine trying to buy a new rifle and wondering what makes a gun an assault weapon. Laws about these firearms can be confusing, and they often change. So, how do they actually define what an assault weapon is? That's what we're here to find out. Laws that label certain guns as assault weapons usually focus on specific features or parts of the firearm. But these definitions are not the same everywhere and often lead to debate. For example, some laws look at semi-automatic rifles that can fire one shot per trigger pull. These are different from fully automatic military rifles that can shoot many rounds without stopping. Fully automatic guns are heavily regulated and hard for civilians to get. In the past, the federal government had a law called the Federal Assault Weapons Ban, which ran from 1994 to 2004. It defined assault weapons based on features like detachable magazines, folding or telescoping stocks, pistol grips, bayonet mounts, flash suppressors, or threaded barrels. If a semi-automatic rifle had two or more of these features, it was considered an assault weapon. This law only applied to guns made after it was passed, so guns owned before that were not affected. Many Republicans see these laws as problematic. They argue that focusing on looks or cosmetic features does not make a gun more or less dangerous. They believe such laws are often arbitrary and do not really help prevent crime or mass shootings. Instead, they say these laws restrict law-abiding citizens from owning guns they use for hunting, self-defense, or sport shooting. The Second Amendment of the Constitution guarantees the right to own firearms. Many Republicans interpret this to include semi-automatic rifles like the AR-15 and similar models. They see these guns as part of their individual liberties and a way to protect themselves and their families. They also believe that the government should not limit the rights of responsible gun owners without clear evidence that such restrictions improve safety. In practice, laws that define assault weapons often restrict the sale, manufacture, or possession of certain semi-automatic rifles based on their features. But critics say these laws do not always target the real dangers. Instead, they may limit popular firearms that are used legally and responsibly. Many argue that laws should focus on actual firearm mechanisms that make guns more lethal, not just how they look. From a Republican point of view, clear and precise definitions are important. They believe laws should be based on how a gun functions, not just its appearance. Protecting the rights of responsible gun owners while finding effective ways to keep communities safe is the goal. That means laws should respect individual liberties while addressing public safety in a fair and straightforward manner.